Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Yeah, this is Trip Visuals, and we are still on the photo retouching lessons. This is our second lesson where we go deep into retouching. We first worked on color collection, and this is our image. So today we are doing retouching this image as our next part 2. So before you continue, remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that every tutorial I do, you can get it. You can get notified about it. So as we stopped on the color collection, so today we are continuing with retouching the skin. So I told you most times before you start anything, you have to duplicate layers of how far you've gone. So you press Ctrl Alt Shift E to duplicate these layers to one layer, that is our next. So to retouch this image, we are going to separate what we call frequencies from the high frequency to the low frequency. So and this is how we are going to do it. We are going to duplicate this layer into 2. We make sure we have these 2 because we have to keep this down. So we name the one down, we name it, remember we are separating high from low, so we name this low frequency layer, and then we name the upper one high frequency layer. So these layers at this time they are the same, but then we want to separate highs from lows. So how do you know that these are highs and these are lows? So just open a new layer here, a new project here, anything new, and then let me show you. Now there is always what we call a base to a skin. Then there are these pimples that pass through the skin, high and high and high. So we call these the high frequencies. And then there are these that go low, like this. We call these the low frequencies. So make sure we separate these 2 from this image and edit them separate. So what we do, we come here on the low frequencies. How do we make the low frequency? Remember they are down, so we make sure we separate these high things that pass through the lower frequencies by getting these low frequencies and giving it a bra. So when you're giving it a bra, most times you zoom to where you feel this, to where you feel there is a lot of sharpness somewhere. So you look for a place where there is a lot of sharpness or where there is a lot of high frequencies like here, and then you make sure you bra that area until those high frequencies disappear. So to me, we can go with 4, I think. Yeah, now there they disappear, so it means everywhere there is high frequencies, they will disappear ASAP, like place. Okay, so now you see, so now these are low frequencies. We are no longer seeing those things that are passing through the high frequencies, the pimples, the sharp parts. So then we make sure now we go to this layer and we separate the highs from the lows. So high frequencies, we go to image, apply image, and then we go to layer, and then we choose the layer we are subtracting from. So we are getting the high frequencies from the low frequencies, so we choose the low frequency layer, Then after we subtract, because we are getting off the what? We are getting off the high frequencies. So you make sure your scale is 2 and the offset is 128. And then you press OK. So here you can see only, in this layer you can see only the highs, only the pimples, only the sharp places, only the high frequencies from this layer. And then we make sure we have to give it its normal. So these layers have to be, when they are together, they have to symbolize the image below. So we give it the linear light. So these layers together, you can group them in a folder. These layers together, when they are together, they can symbolize the image below. When they are separate, you can see the high frequencies. When they are separate, you can see the high frequencies or the low frequencies. So now these two layers make up the image below. So which means now these are the highs mixed with the lows. Highs mixed with the lows to make the image down. So here we have separated our frequencies. So we call it frequency separation. So here we have separated the highs and the lows. Now we start editing them differently in order to make our skin look very well. So we open our frequency separation and we go on the low frequencies. So we make sure we push the low frequencies, as I told you here. So we push these low frequencies, these ones, we push them down until they are on the level of the line. Understand? So we push them down and push them down and push them down until they are at the bottom. Till now they come, at least they be here. And then we leave the high frequencies penetrating without no other highs. That these lows, we push them down, they go back to this line. So that's what we do. How do we do it? We come and choose our mixer brush. So why do we choose the mixer brush? Because at the same time we want to mix these colors that are on the skin so that they can unite. You understand? So we push the low frequencies while mixing the colors at the same time. So we'll make sure our flow is 10 and our your mixing, it's up to you. You can put it any level. Mine is on 90 and my load is on 75 and my wetness is on 80. So anything, you can also put it below or above. It's according to how you feel your mixer brush is going to work. So to do it better, we remove the high frequency layer. Why? Because we want to see how we push the low frequencies down and we want to see how it works. So we make sure we remove our high frequency. So, and then after, we start doing what? We start mixing these colors together. So through mixing these colors, we are pushing the low frequencies down at the same time with this mixer brush. So you put it to a good size. Then after, we start pushing them down at the same time while we are mixing them. Push them down, push them down, push them down. You see? And most times when you're doing this, you're following the skin movement. So always love to leave the click of the mouth, and then when you see a new color, click again and do that, because it helps you mix well these colors. So I'm going to speed ramp here, then we shall see when I'm done. So yeah, I'm done the mixing, So most times you take time on this and you repeat it. If you see any problem, where you've seen any problem, you repeat it. So I'm done with my mix. So after getting done with your mixing on the low frequencies, now you bring back your high frequencies. So this is what you get when you bring back your high frequency. So now you can see the before. You can see the before on this image and the after. The before and the after. So we have mixed the colors that were on the skin, and we have made sure that those colors we have mixed have brought all the parts to the same. So push down the lows. Now only the highs are being seen. You can check and see only the highs are being seen. According to our image, this is what our before with the highs and the lows. So push down the lows and make sure only the highs are seen. So this is our final after pushing down the lows, and this is what we get. So most times you have to make sure that you take time on this, repeat it most times so that you can get something good. So that was our frequency separation or skin retouch. You can see our before and our after. This is our before, this is our after. So when you add everything together, this was our before when we started the tutorial, and this is now is our after, what we are through. So retouch has a lot of processes. So that was frequency separation. So after frequency separation, we are going to still retouching eyes, teeth, whitening teeth, there's dodge and burn. So there's a lot coming through. So keep in touch and keep on the tutorials. Remember to subscribe and leave that notification bar so that you get notified for every tutorial. So thank you. I will get to see you in the next video.